Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude of men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson, Lord willing, and share this article with you beloved Akiyam and Akwaf concerning prophecy, man. And one of the main prophecies that we are to be looking out for as watchmen, as servants of the Lord, the prophets, all right, is the implementation, okay, of the mark of the beast. All right, we understand that a lot's going on over there in the east, okay, West Asia, the world ignorantly calls the Middle East, over there by over there by the Fertile Crescent. There's a lot going down over there. We understand that the Lord's going to gather the nations in his indignation, okay, and plead with them, okay, which goes into judge. But before that goes down, before missiles are shot, from continent to continent, before that, before the final finale, of this man's, and I say this man as in Esau Edom, the so-called white man, before this man's system goes down and goes down with a bang, we still have to go through Jacob's trouble and the implementation of the MOTB, man, okay, which is going to look like a device the size of a grain of rice, okay, the chip. And I'm not talking about Frito-Lay, you see, and it's going to be subdermal, all right, meaning under the skin. And this man's going to be able to track every move you make, okay, he's going to be able to track and control where, how, and when you spend your money, your digital currency at that point, okay, and you will be linked to this system, which is going to be governed under a technocracy, which is a government pretty much being controlled by technology. This is why you have AI, AI on the mainstream. You have them transcripting, all these lessons. They're taking talking points and sending them to certain databases and pretty much, categorizing everyone, for their diabolical plan to go as smooth as possible, as they try and fulfill the modern day Tower of Babel, all right, where they try to push forth a new world order, one world government, being ruled under the spiritual demon Satan. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah, we understand, those of us that have been given the light, that prophecy must play out. All right, this man must come down with great wrath and ultimately lose. But it's going to come with a lot of turmoil, a lot of evil, and great tribulation, man. So we there. This man's at the end of the road. He knows that, and this is why he's going to take desperate measures and efforts to bring forth, this diabolical plan. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, before we get into this article, let's grab this real quick. Let's go to, oh man. literally opened the tab and then closed out. You tell me if the spiritual demon Satan's not working. Here we go again. Here we go again. Just like last time, Akiyam. Hey, it's all good. Hey, we'll tussle with the demon. Let's go here. Put that right there. The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12, and it reads, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them." Right, we got to be rejoicing. You know, the servants, the prophets, trickling on down to you, beloved men, women, and children that have been blessed with being able to receive and believe the report. All right, which comes in the form of this doctrine. We got to be rejoicing, okay, in the downfall of our enemy, and understand that, you know, what he's doing is pretty much he's walking the beats of the drum of prophecy. He's not doing anything out of the realm of prophecy. So when you come to the understanding of prophecy and you see it on display real time, hey, you ought to rejoice. Because what does this mean? Okay, this means that we're one step closer to the kingdom of heaven. Okay, as it tells us in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. So, you know, these are beautiful times to be alive, man. We're seeing end time prophecy literally manifest right before our eyes, man. Which brings us that much closer, you know, to the kingdom. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, right? Destruction. Woe goes into destruction, right? To everybody outside of this realm, all right? Outside of this universe of understanding. Everyone outside of this truth. You see, it's woe to you. For the devil, which devil goes into deceiver, all right, slanderer, false accuser. And that would be none other than Esau Edom, all right, the so-called white man, which this man has projected falsehood, since his inception. Why? Because he operates, okay, he comes in the spirit, okay, of the spiritual demon Satan, his works, okay, as it tells us in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. For the devil is come down unto you with great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see, so he understands and he totally comprehends the idea of a transition of power. You know, Esau's, big on data. They've seen, previous empires come and go. They've seen the trajectory, of that downfall, and they understand, that they're now in that arena, where their power is diminishing, their ability to deceive is waning, all right, and ultimately it's coming to a time where they're going to no longer be in the power seat. And they knew at some point in time, someday this would come. They knew. This is why they've always been hell-bent on bringing forth this, this one world order, this digital world controlled by a synthetic, immortality through technology. You've seen this behavior, being displayed in his movies since the 1980s, man. Okay? And you have early 90s, you have one movie comes to mind, was real vivid, based off this man's reprobate plan, Demolition Man. Demolition Man, really displayed it. A Fifth Element even, but Demolition Man, big time. Demolition Man was, man, they bring it all out in Demolition Man. That's their dream right there. Demolition Man. You have a few other movies as well. That's not coming to mind right now, but there's another movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Forgot the name of it. No, I'm sorry. I think it's with Sylvester Stallone. Oh, nah, Demolition Man's with Sylvester Stallone. There's another one. Is it Judge Dredd? If I'm not mistaken, Judge Dredd is another one. Yup, Judge Dredd, Demolition Man. There's a lot of them, man. This man's put his fantasy, his diabolical fetish all over the. Because you have to understand, these directors and producers of these movies, they're part of the left-hand priesthood. You know that false, they're false prophets on the left-hand side. Bringing forth, what they want to do in the future. They pretty much play out their plans through the movies. But anyways, this man knows he's running out of time. It's not a secret. It's not something that he's not concerned with. No, he's very concerned. All right, and the idea that you have the men of the Lord bringing forth the testimony regarding his demise. Okay, you got to understand this man's stance. All right, this is why the scripture is saying he's going to come down with great wrath. Okay, evil E's mad as hell, man. All right, he's losing the information war. Okay, and ultimately he's about to lose entirely. You see? So this is why they're going to do what they're going to do in efforts for their reign to continue. You see? And when you go to check this out, let me go here real quick, bear with me. When you go to Revelations, the 13th chapter, it reads, and he, in the form of these global elite, that's that he, all right, evil E. You see? These international banking families, listen. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. Okay, and that mark in the Greek is charagma. All right? Which when you get it, we're going to be quick about it. I thought I had my blue letter up. This phone's tripping. And we have detailed, intimate lessons going into this, breakdown. But we're gonna be, we're gonna brisk over it, but make the point through the spirit. But you new listeners, I recommend you find the breakdowns. You got to make a due diligence to make your calling and election sure as well.
Strong's G 5480, charagma.
Charagma. So it goes into what? Under the biblical usage, a stamp and imprinted mark. See? So it's going to be subdermal. It's imprinted, right? Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Mashiach, which we understand is many anti-Mashiach pursuing the 1 John, the 2nd chapter, in the 18th verse, right? The mark branded upon horses, right? Because when you brand cattle, okay, that you pretty much at that point you deem ownership of that animal. You see, it has your name on it. It's your property, right? And you people are like it unto Goyim. You see, so you're about to be branded now, okay? Which ultimately, your spirit, man, your soul is going to be in possession. Because whether you believe it or not, this device is actually an idol, as we're going to read as we go further down. Things carved, sculpture, graven work, right? Because again, it has to go under the skin, right? Of idolatrous images, you see? And we know the punishment of idol worship. You see? That's a capital offense. The first law is what? Put no power over Yahweh Ba'ashib Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, speckled birds, you Israelites, man. that decide to bow down to the beast, you're gonna be charged with treason against your power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You see, you're gonna be charged with sedition. You know, you're gonna be charged with spiritual fornication, idol worship, you name it. And you know you ain't gonna make it. You know you ain't gonna make it out of that. Revelations 14 tells you what's gonna happen to you for that. You see, this is why you wanna, can't get this wrong. This prophecy can't be wrong. All right, this has to be understood. And the true men of the Lord are gonna have the understanding. You see, now when you go into the root word of this word karagma, it goes into the word karax.
Strong's G 5482. Charax.
Right. All right, and it goes into what? A pale or stake. Right, a palisade. Now, if you've ever seen a palisade fence, typically wooden, it's tapered at the top. It's a tapered fence, a palisade fence. It's tapered like a syringe. All right, it looks like the tip of a syringe. You see? That's the apparatus they're going to use to put this device in you. This is the delivery system. You see? So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai left no stones unturned, man. This is why it'll behoove you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you speckled birds, you Israelites to hearken, man, but only 1/3 of you will. Right? Now going back to Revelations 13, let's read down on it. Revelations 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell. See, so you can't make any type of transactions, right? Save he that had the mark. Showing you that this thing is linked to a currency. Or the name of the beast. Or the number of his name. Okay, and the name and the number are synonymous. You see? The number 666. And that 666 is in their universal product code. Okay, which is going to be on this device. And once you get it in you, you're going to have his name and his number on you. Okay, and you're going to be through. Pursuing the Revelations 14 and 9 down. All right, now let's get some of this article. Can't be long, Akiyam and Akwa Salakia. Time got away from me this morning. And I'm a little under the weather as well, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Lord gave me the strength to do this lesson. But needless to say, this is from Natural News. And it's dated December 30th, 2024. Okay? And the title reads, Aaron Day sounds alarm. No, the prophets are sounding the alarm. Okay? Because the only men, okay, that have the proper alarm to sound regarding prophecy are the men of the Lord. Check this out. Central banks create digital totalitarianism through CBDCs. And those CBDCs, that stands for central banking digital currencies. Okay? And this is what's going to be part of that technological system that they're going to bring forth. You see, when you get this word totalitarianism, check it out.
Totalitarianism.
It goes into what? A system, right? Or of government that is centralized and dictatorial and requires complete subservience to the state. Okay? In other words, things are going to get draconian. Which Draco, it goes into dragon. Alright, and we know Esau is likened unto a dragon. Okay? He's that serpent that was in the garden, and he manifested into that fire-breathing dragon. Okay? Pursuing the Revelations, the 20th chapter. You see? And this man's gonna bring the persecution, man. He's gonna bring the tribulation. In efforts to make one last attempt, to take back the birthright. Because ultimately, this is what it's all about. When you get into the nuts and bolts of what's going on here, It goes all the way back to the beginning. Okay, Genesis. Esau sold his birthright to Jacob, our progenitor. Remember, Jacob and Esau, Rebekah was told that 2 nations were in her womb. Okay? Esau's progenitor sold his birthright to ours, man. And that carried on. Okay? That didn't diminish, that didn't change. Why do you think Esau's in power right now first? Because he's not, he doesn't have the birthright. Because the birthright consists of what? Everlasting dominion, sovereignty, power, free range. Okay, you're incorruptible. You got your immortal. All right, you can leap galaxies. Okay, you can search out the whole planet, the depths of the sea. That's what the birthright consists of. Complete control. This is why when you go back to the blessing, Isaac, which was Yahweh Shai, if you can receive it. When he blessed Jacob, okay, he told Jacob, let me show you. And I really don't got time, but hey, it's all through the Spirit. These people can wait. This is more important. When you go to the book of Genesis, chapter 27, and verse 28, right, upon Isaac blessing Jacob, listen to what he says. He says, therefore, power. Okay, he said, therefore, power giveth thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty corn and wine. He said, power give thee. Okay, showing you that range is going to be godly. Now, jumping down, when Esau got his blessing because he was crying like a bitch, check out what Isaac said to him. Book of Genesis 27:39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. His dwelling, when you go into that word dwelling, okay, it goes into habitation. Okay, so his reign is going to have statutes and limitations. He's not going to have free range. This is why he cannot go to outer space. This is why he cannot search out the depths of the sea. This is why he cannot search out the fatness of the earth. Because his dwelling is limited. He has bounds he cannot pass. But through his science, he's trying to surpass him. Now, real quick, we're going to just read through this. We're going to read a little bit. And we're going to get up out of there. We're going to jump down. I can't read this article in its totality. But I'll leave it in the description box for you, Akiyam and Akwaf. You can get intimate with it. Check it out. We'll read these pressure points here. And it reads, several nations, particularly Vietnam and Kuwait, are implementing central bank digital currencies tied to comprehensive digital IDs, raising significant privacy concerns and sparking debate. And it's not just them. This is a global stance. This is going to be on the world stage. Okay? Critics, including privacy advocate Aaron Day, argue that CBDCs are setting the stage for a global surveillance state, correct, where all financial transactions are monitored and citizens' behavior could be linked to a social credit score. Refusal to comply could result in severe consequences. Draconian, as we mentioned. Right? Countries like Vietnam and Kuwait are mandating citizens to register their biometric data, right? Fingerprints, right, for access to bank accounts and government services. Non-compliance can lead to the loss of these services. While supporters claim these measures enhance financial inclusion and security, critics view them as steps toward greater state control over financial behavior. The trend is growing, with 134 countries exploring CBDCs and 11 already launched, right? Again, this is going to be a global thing. It's going to be on the world stage, pursuing the biblical prophecy. As we just read, He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. You see? Privacy advocates and concerned citizens are calling for reassessment of these policies, emphasizing financial privacy as a fundamental human right. The fight for financial privacy is intensifying globally as more countries adopt these systems, man, because they're transitioning, okay, into the revived Tower of Babel. Okay, they want to push that new world order. You see? That one world government ruled under Satan. This is what he's pushing for. Okay, this is what it is. Let's get this. In the troubling development, several nations are implementing central bank digital currencies linked to comprehensive digital ID systems, right? Which is going to come in the form of that charagma, right? Raising serious concerns among privacy advocates and citizens alike, right? Let me see. Critics argue that these initiatives are laying the groundwork for a global surveillance state, right? Complete control, man. And what better way to be able to surveil you but being inside you? Okay, knowing your carbon footprint. Okay, being able to tap into your pineal gland, see if you're an enemy of the state. Hey, they're going to be operating under the guidelines of power. They're going to be operating under the guidelines of a God. This is what they want. Here we go. Check this out. I'm jumping down. And this is how they're dressing it up. Look at global push to fight fraud with CBDCs fuels privacy fears. Right, and they're gonna also dress it up with being able to fight the war on tea. Okay? Being that they're gonna be able to understand and know how you think, how you move, your feelings, your impression on the state. You see, they're gonna be able to tap into your mind. Look at. Prominents argue that these measures are necessary to prevent fraud and ensure financial stability. Critics like Day, however, see them as steps toward a dystopian future where every person's behavior and transactions are monitored by a central authority. People's access to money is contingent upon their compliance with government mandates, he warns, right? And again, this is him playing God. This is his attempt to play God, man. Okay? Just like the Prince of Tyre, which he's likened unto. All right, let me get this real quick. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 28. I'm going to go straight to the point in verse 2, and it reads, Son of man, say unto the Prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power. That Esau, Edom, so-called white man, is likened unto the Prince of Tyrus, real time. Because check out this mindset. Because thine heart is lifted up, right? His heart, his mind, his lob is lifted up. And who's more prouder than Esau? Pursuing the Obadiah. Nobody, right? And thou hast said, I am power, I am God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, which is the midst of the seas is the midst of the people. Revelation 17 and 15, you can prove that, right? Yet thou art a man, right? Corruptible flesh. Okay, a pure leper at that, right? And not power, not God, right? Though thou set thine heart, thy mind as the heart of God. You see? And this is what he's done through his pseudoscience. And this is what he's going to try to attempt and do through his technology. Okay, but he's going to lose. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not going to let him fulfill it in its perfection. Let's close out right here. The book of Psalms, chapter 140. And verse 8, and it reads, Grant not, O Lord Yahweh, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, man, right? His wicked thoughts, his wicked plans. And ultimately, if you flip that twofold, that charagma, that saith. But the Lord is going to let him get so far with it. Look it, lest they exalt themselves, Salah, man. So if this man's able to get this off the ground and come into its perfection, imagine the level of exaltation he's going to bring himself to. All right, this man's terribleness has already deceived him, as it tells us in Jeremiah 49. And we know his pride got him under under a psychotic mind state where he thinks he can't be stopped. So imagine if he's able to perfect this device. You see? Right. As Yahweh Shai said, if the days are not shortened, there should no flesh be saved, man. But for the elect's sake, the day should be shortened, man. Okay? Esau's days are being shortened because his demise is upon him. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to stop him in his tracks. And Abaratazah, we're here to see it. Or we'll be in the heavens and still seeing it. You see, because if we're part of the elect, hey, those that are here are going to get caught up in the clouds with those that are already in the heavens, man. Upon the removal of this man. So at the end of the day, the elect win. Regardless of the outcome. And the wicked lose, man. Hey, stay prayed up. Akiyam and Akwaf. Lord willing, you will edify. I got to run. I got to get out of here. Lord willing, I'll put the article in the description box for you, Akiyam and Akwaf, so you can go through it intimately. And, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Hey, stay prayed up. Fast if necessary. Hey, fast as well as pray. Okay, hey, keep your eyes to the skies. Yahweh Shai is on the way. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf will edify. Shalom.